Okay, so let's begin with some neck rotation. And keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open. And reverse. And forward and backward. And the rule of yoga is when you're opening a joint, you inhale. When you close a joint, you exhale. So if you keep that perspective, will be good. Left ear to left shoulder, looking up to the ceiling. Drop your left palm, inhale and exhale. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. You're looking to the ceiling and try to keep your left knee down as much as possible. Exhale, inhale. Once again, I'm tilting my body. I'm not forcing my body. I'm letting the body be as it is. Inhale and slowly turn and exhale. I'm not pushing. One more time. I'm going to slide my hand further out as much as I can and exhale. You want to deep pull in the rib cage. That's where we are trying to get this open and the axilla to open, right? So your lymphatic nodes is here. So we want that to be open. All right, good. Inhale, open your palms. And as you rotate, I want you to completely rotate this and then go to the left, right? Inhale, open, and exhale again, the left, right? And now twist the right. Once again, inhale and exhale and twist the right first and then go to the left. Inhale, again, twist the left first and then turn the right, right? And thumbs in, thumbs out, thumbs in, thumbs out, right? And squeeze. All right, pull, 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 pull. Down, push down, 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 down. Take your thumb, pull it towards. Be careful, gentle. Right, once again, just open. And from here, left hand, right hand to the left knee. As you pull the knee, exhale and rotate. Inhale and exhale. Try not to lean back. Some of you are leaning back. Inhale, try to keep your hand right next to your hips. Now, once I'm doing this, now I want you to turn my head and come to neutral. So now your head is right in the center. Right? Inhale and exhale. Once you twist, I want you to turn the head and come back to neutral. So you're facing me, right? But the twist is still there. Inhale. As there, I want you to twist, 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 twist. Right? Now slowly bring your head back to neutral, but maintaining that twist, maintaining that twist. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Try not to lean, try not to lean. Bring your head right in the center. Inhale. Take a deep breath, right? And from here, slowly, slowly, gracefully, come down, right? From here, slide your hand a little bit further out, a little bit further out, a little bit further out, right? Slowly, try not to bring your head down. I want you to look in the front. I want you to look kind of at your fingertips, but don't bring your neck down, right? Just think of bringing your chest down to the floor. And as I'm doing this, with each exhale, I'm slowly bringing my hand forward. I'm moving my hand forward. Come further, 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 further. Try not to. And inhale, slowly come on up. Right? So the moment we do this, then we lock. So most of you, what you did was, then it becomes stuck. So the goal is I'm coming here. I'm looking forward, looking forward, looking forward, looking forward, right? But I'm not turning the neck. Anything with Paschimottanasana, anything, those kind of asanas, when you're coming forward, everybody just, once you lock the neck, then everything is stuck, right? So today's theme is how do we open the energy? It's the same thing. This is an enclosed space too. This has a Shakti, this has a spirit. Because if this space was not there, this encroachment of muscle, bone, tendon, fascia is not there, nothing can reside in here either. Yes? So how this becomes Vastu? Okay. I want you to, as students of yogi, I want you to try to open that envelope a little bit more. Don't look at every, and I talk about this quite a bit, is when you look at something, we're only looking at the one dimension. Oh, she said this, then that's what we're hearing. Or I read this page. But what is beyond that? I want you to take a little bit. Yes, you're all thinking home. I'm going to go back home and look at this. No, I want today, this space also. Why my left leg is inside? Why not the other way around? Right? Why my right leg is outside my left leg? Where's my heel touching? Where is touching? In the moola. Why am I doing that? Right? Because the energy needs to come up. Right? The Shakti, the divine energy, Parvati, she's sitting here. Purusha, and we'll talk about, I made some actually, got you some copies. I made some things for you guys. It's the first time I'm doing all this. So you'll have, hopefully I have enough. I bought about 20. So you have a little bit to take home that I want you to understand Sankhya. This is very important to understand this concept of Sankhya as this system of thought process, the Purusha Prakati, how it differentiates into this aspect. This is the key concept that we need to understand. Shiva and Shakti. What is the interplay of unmanifested and manifested? What is subtle that you cannot see, and what is manifested as a gross? The interplay of this, how it comes down and how it plays into to come to a finite form, a human being, is Sankhya. So the 6 philosophies, or what we call darshanas, Nyaya, Vimamsha, say Nyaya, Vimamsha, Uttar Vimamsha, Yoga, Ayurveda, and the last one is Vedanta. Vastu is aspect of Atharvaveda. Vedanta is the philosophy. So we have 6 darshanas, what we talk about. The 4 Vedas, the Upavedas, then what? Upanishads. Upanishads, right? The 108 Upanishads. The entire nectar of that whole system of our thought is in one book. The one? The Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam. That is that entire essence of entire Indian philosophy, thought process. And I hate to use the word, the religious aspect, the spiritual aspect of this whole thing is in one book. And that's why we swear by the Gita. You swear by the Bible, you swear by the Gita, right? Because the essence of all that is in these books, everything. Right? The 108 Upanishads, you can put it in one book, the one dialogue. Right? I talk about this Krishna sitting on the chariot with 5 horses and Arjuna sitting, all that. But we are looking at just Krishna sitting on a chariot. But what does it go beyond that? When you look beyond that, the 5 horses are the 5 senses. Krishna becomes the soul who is governing. Mahad, the intellect. The buddhi is who? Krishna, driving the chariot. If the senses are governed by Krishna, then you will be happy. But if Krishna is not controlling the horses, Arjuna cannot do anything. Who is sitting? Who is controlling the chariot? Do you know? Not only that, what was the flag on top of Arjuna's? Hanuman, right? He grounded him. Why? Because without that, the chariot would be flying all around the place. But Hanuman was put the chariot down to make sure it doesn't go. So these are the aspects. The 4 wheels, what? The 4 Purusharth. But don't look at a bloody picture as a bloody picture. There is so much more into that. Our concept of symbolism is so beautiful. Why do we take a nariyal and break it? Why do we do that? Yeah, we all buy a coconut and break it. Well, why do we do that? Why do we put a tikka? Why is that? Well, we do it, but we don't understand the significance behind it. We just keep on following somebody, not having a concept of it. Why do we do this? Why not break a mango on somebody's head? Well, why, why, right? Why do we do this? Why do we offer a betel leaf to Shiva? Why? Why Shiva is covered with ashes? Why the hell would he just wear a robe and there's nothing else? And why Shiva? So what does it represent? Shiva doesn't give a damn about anything. You can put him anywhere you want, he's happy. He doesn't need anything. You just put a betel leaf, that's enough. Nothing, he doesn't need nothing. Because what? He's Adiyogi, he doesn't care about anything. He's covered in ashes. You can put him in crematorium, you can put him anywhere. He's fine. He's half man, half woman. Ardhanarishwari. He is beyond desire. He's beyond that desire aspect. He doesn't need anything. And that's where, when Shiva gets an emotion, all hell breaks loose. He doesn't care. That is neti, neti, neti. Not this, not this, not this. Right? The aspect of Vairagya, why that aspect comes from Shiva, but not Vishnu. Vishnu is involved here. He manages, he's there. He's always involved in some gitch-pitch. But Shiva doesn't want to involve it. And that yoga is what gives you that Vairagya. The yoga is what gives you the detachment. Yoga is the one that tells you, okay, this is enough. I don't need any more. Right? So when you're practicing today, I just want you to think, this is also a space. This is also a space. This is a vastu. This is itself is vastu. Right? So how do we manage these guys? Make sense? Okay. So once again, let's bring it open. Right? So bring your shoulder open. If I talk too much, please stop me. And reverse. Okay, bring your feet out. Right, and from here, for the new people, this is a time to check your pedicures. Line and reverse, forward and back, forward and back. And feet together, open. And reverse. All right, we'll bring your feet. Don't bring it too close for right now, just bring it and open. So when we're doing this, what space are we opening up? What are we trying to do? Take a deep breath, bring your hip close, right? And try not to round yourself. Again, try to sit, interlock your fingers. Now you're much more closer. So what are we trying to do? Where are we creating the space? What else? Nishit? Take a deep breath. We are opening the inguinal spaces. Why we are doing this asana is because your inguinal nodes, this is where everything gets stuck. Your edemas, why? Because this inguinal node is not functioning, because this fluid needs to come here. But what happens? It gets stuck in this here. Everything gets, oh, I have blood pressure issue. I have edema and my knees are swollen. My ankles are swollen, right? Because this asana will help you open the inguinal spaces. Your entire health depends upon how these nodes works, right? Where is the biggest aspect of lumpectomy, mastectomy? Where is this? Which quadrant comes in the breast cancer? Is what? Lady sitting in the room. It's what? This quadrant, this. So that's why we do lumpectomy first and then mastectomy. So if we can clear the nodes, hopefully we can, right? I just tested somebody, I was telling, we just caught a woman's ovarian cancer, poor thing, 32 years old. And now all the doctors are involved, but they refuse to believe she had this. Take a deep breath, exhale. Inhale, take a deep breath, and again, exhale, 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 exhale. Take a deep breath. Now, slowly bring your hands down. And exhale. Inhale. Slowly come back up and straighten your leg. Okay, let's come on to 4. And we're doing cat and cow. All right. So, and these 2-3 things, what we are doing, right? So what is this warm-up called? Pavan. Say Pavan Mukt Asana. Pavan means air, right? Mukt means liberation. So we're liberating the wind from the joints, basically. The vayu that is stuck in our joint, or vayu that is stuck in our body, the air element needs to move away so we can kind of warm it up and open the joints. This butterfly and this what we are doing, this cat and cow, is one of the biggest thing I teach my patients also about lower back pain, any kind of pain, and the spinal cord issues that, disc issues, desiccation of the disc or stenosis and other things. When we talk about this, you want to like inhale slowly, right? My pelvic is open, my elbow is slightly bent, my neck is up. Again, there is no strain, and there's no strain anywhere. My belly is pulling the spine down, right? And now exhaling, tuck your tailbone in, tuck your neck in. And I want to round my mid back all the way up as much as possible into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. If you can do this when you get out of the bed, and if you can do this first thing in the morning, it's amazing the results that you can get out of the simple thing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and hold it. Exhale, 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 exhale. So what happens when we are doing this? Talk to me. What happens when this simple thing that you're doing, what are we trying to do? The CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, starts moving. At an energetic level, what is happening? At an energetic level, Come on, guys. Huh? You are activating the chakras, because once the spine is getting open, your chakras get open. So come on, inhale and exhale. Say Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anhata, Vishuddha, Ajna, Sahasra. Right? So when you're doing this whole undulating of your spinal, this movement of the spine, the cerebrospinal fluid that is moving, the entire spine is now rhythmically moving. How many curvatures of the spines do we have? Shiva, Nishit? 4. There's 4 curvature of the spine. And typically we run around with 1 or 2. Inhale and exhale. And from here, we're going to lift our knees up. All I want you to guys, because we have some new people also. So all I want you to do is just lift the knee. That's it. I just want you to do the knee. All right. Exhale and slowly bring your knee down. Inhale, lift the knee. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to push from my palm and I'm going to push back. Say Adho Mukh Savanasana. Adho Mukh Savanasana. Adho means down, Mukh means face, Savan means dog. It is downward facing dog. Adho Mukh Savanasana. Right? So I'm doing downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly down. Right? Once again, lift the knee. and push back your palm. Push back your palm. Do not bend the knees. Do not bend the knees. Do not bend the knees. Yeah. Some of you bending the knees. Push back. Push back. Oh, I need some good German Shepherd, not poodles. Inhale. Take a deep breath. When you're doing this, I want you to elongate. So try not to adjust the legs. So here you are in 4 positions. You're evenly distributed. I'm lifting up. Now, some of you are so far away, it doesn't even look like a dog, right? And some of you are so close, and now this nowhere close to a dog, right? So you're here, and that's why I don't want you to adjust the arm. This, I lift and I push back, right here. If you have a dog at home, you will know how this guy stretches, right? And from here, we're going to come up, and from here, we're going to do a front leg lunge, okay? So inhale, take a deep breath, lift up, and push back. And from here, right leg up, right leg forward, high lunge, right? Okay, from here, you want to keep your left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, yes. And this is where we make a lot of mistakes, because this looks like a dance pose. Relax. Some of you are doing Bharatanatyam. All right, so watch some of you what you're doing. So here we are coming here, right? And then you're here, then this turns, and then we are, right? Okay, sure. Okay, we are here, right? We are here. The reason you're doing this because your feet is coming here. So what I want you to do is, I want you to come as forward as possible. Now, my hip is not moving. But what is happening when you guys are doing this, your hip moves and then everything changes. Then the alignment changes. Remember, Vastu, the alignment is very, very important, right? Because the energy can only move if there is a proper alignment, right? If there is too much of clutter, the one thing I see when I go and set up home is so much of clutter, right? So what happens is this whole system changes. The chi, say chi, prana, right? The aspect of chi from the standpoint of feng shui, from the standpoint of vastu, we Indians specifically, we hoard stuff. Things that we don't need, things that we kept on. That sari you have not worn for 10 years, it's still there. You know you're never going to wear it again. Or you buy one shirt for your husband. There are 10 he has not worn for the last 10 years. He's still there. And you go and buy another one for him. Right? We hoard, we hoard, we hoard. And that clutter, that prana then gets stuck. Right? If you're going to buy something for him, take 2-3 things away from him, then give him this. Right? The clutter. And same way, when there is clutter, I tell my patients, my job is to make you a river. My job is to make you a Chattahoochee. I don't want you to be a lake linear. Right? I don't want you to be a pond. I want this energy to move inside your body. Right? So we look at from the nadis, we look at from marma, we look at from the aspect that there are 72,000 nadis, 36,000, how it comes. And then we say Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. Right? So the Kodeshes comes like this, comes where? In the third eye. When that is balancing, we say Hatha. Say Hatha Yoga. You're practicing Hatha Yoga. The umbrella is Kriya. Underneath all that is your Hatha Yoga. Right? What you're only doing is Hatha Yoga. That's it, nothing else. Don't think you're doing something great. I'm practicing yoga. You're only practicing Hatha. Ha means sun. Ta means moon. You're balancing sun and moon. You're balancing sun and moon. You're balancing sun and moon. That's it. But that balancing is what takes you to Raja Yoga. Your goal is not Hatha Yoga. Your goal is Raja Yoga. Your goal is Kriya. Your goal is that. The aspect of Tantra, your aspect of Kriya. That's where you are. That's what your goal is. Just don't stop here. Does that make sense? Everybody okay with that? Yes? Your goal is to go above this. There is still one chakra above this. Okay, so whatever you're doing as a yogic practice is what? Is allowing this to balance. Once this balance, then you come up here. So how do we take the clutter off this aspect? That's where your nodes come into play. Your spleen comes into play. Your spleen is the factory, right? That's the guy who knows how to make what? Oh, the bacteria is coming. Okay, let me make neutrophils, polys. Oh, the viral is coming. Let me make a lymphocyte. Oh, I got allergies. Let me make eosinophils. That's the guy. Your bone marrow produces the white blood count, the red blood count. But the spleen knows who is attacking and what do I need to produce. Your body knows the natural killer cells, the tumor necrosis factor. These kind of guys, the T4 cells, these are guys that are fighting your immune system. Who plays with that? Spleen and the nodes. Why tonsils become so important? Oh, tonsils is not working. No, the first guy that gets impacted is tonsils because the body can take it on the tonsils. But then we go and take the tonsils out. And Baba, there is a reason why God created tonsils. Oh, you have stomach pain. Okay, let's take the gallbladder off. You can live without the gallbladder. Hey, Bhagwan, there is a reason why gallbladder is created. There is a reason why appendix is created. We are so quick to take these guys out. Spleenectomy, cholecystitis. Okay, take the gallbladder out. Tonsillectomy, adenoids. We just take it out. That's why half of the people in this world don't have any wisdom. Shiva, including me, I don't have wisdom. I'm the worst. There's no wisdom here. Absolutely. This is all BS. Hey, Shiva. This is regurgitation. Nothing is original, please. Yeah. Yes, one of these steps. Ouch. Did you hear that? Ask your wife whether you're balanced or not. Ah, yes, there you go. Thank you. You nailed it, guys. Okay. And then you will never be balanced, that's for sure, if you ever ask her. Okay. How do you know? All right, I'll tell you a story. All right. It's a Zen story, I think I probably have told you. So this Zen master, he's meditated for 10, 20 years, and he thought he attained Satori, he had nirvana. And so, but he still, and this is also brings to the Guru Day. And he thinks, but he still is not sure. So then he's asking around, okay, who can say that I've attained realization? So then they say, go to this master, he's on top of this Japanese mountain, and he probably will tell you. So he travels all those things through the mountains in winter, this and raining and all those things. So finally he reaches this place. So of course it was raining and he had an umbrella and things like that. So, in Japanese culture, how they do that, they put the umbrella out and remove the shoes, it goes inside, and then he said, I've been, in practice, I've been meditating for 20 years and I've attained realization, but I wanted you to verify because everybody told me you can verify, my realization. So I said, okay, all right. So the first question he asked was, which side did you put the umbrella and which side did you leave the shoes? When you came into my domain, which side did you put the umbrella and which side did you put the shoes? And he didn't know. He said, if you're not even aware of that, you have not attained it. Right? What I'm trying to say is, and then he studied under this master for 20 years and then he attained. But that awareness, we do things unconsciously, we do things, right? And we come in, or we do things with no consciousness. You want to do things with awareness. And when you are aware of your action or your karma and you do things with that awareness, then there is some sense of balance. There is an energetic. If this is balanced, you'll be a very different person. Trust me on that. You will be not what you are. If this ever balances, if this ever awakens, you will be a very, very different person. And your wife will know. Yes. But yeah, so that's kind of, but it's amazing experience when that happens, right? So yes, when this balance, it's a very, very beautiful space. Okay, so we'll do, we will do, I want you to get everybody who's come today to do Surya Namaskar, right? Because if these 3-4 things you do, and if you can do a Surya Namaskar, right? I always say, you don't have to do all the asanas or anything like that. But if in your practice, and if in a daily practice, if you can do Surya Namaskar, you'll be okay, you'll be fine, right? That's one thing. And the one pranayama, even if it is anulom vilom, if you do these 2 things on a regular basis, you'll be pretty healthy, all right? So we're going to do Surya Namaskar. So the couple of things that happens is from the standpoint. The pressure, okay. So there is Bhujangasana, which is your cobra, and there is downward facing dog. These 2 is huge in the aspect of Surya Namaskar. Bhujangasana and downward facing dog. And if you truly do a proper downward facing dog, it is equal to doing swimming. It moves every muscle. It activates every muscle in the chain, what we call the fascial plane or the fascial chain that we call. It moves everything in Surya Namaskar. Everything is moved, right? Classically, it is done in early in the morning or late in the night, dawn and dusk, typically done near an ocean or place or a lake or something like that. So that is the environment that they chose to do this, which was very natural places, right? Waterfall areas, things like that. So that is that element of water and everything else around it. And water is what we will talk about is this corner is your health and wealth corner. So this northeast corner becomes one of the very important aspects of this living. So when I buy a home or I tell people about a home or something, I'm not looking at the aspect of Jyotish, but just from the Vastu standpoint, I always tell them to buy a home either north or east or northeast, because that's what you want. Either a cardinal sign north or a cardinal sign east, or the third option is northeast. But that's where it is. Your north is Kuber, your east is Lakshmi. Yeah, okay, we'll get into that just today. All right, so come to the front of the mat, right? And we'll go from here, right? So say Sama Sthiti, Sama Sthiti. So this first pose is probably the hardest pose. Everybody thinks you're just standing. No, it is not standing. You're not standing. You're doing Sama Sthiti. This is an asana. My middle finger is in the iliotibial band here in the side. My shoulder is pulled back. My chin is slightly down, right? And I feel like there is a rope attached to my head. It is pulling, right? My sacrum is slightly set here. And then you have to be still in this asana. if you truly stand like this, within 10, 20 seconds, your leg will start moving, shaking. You may think you're standing, but you will see the movement. You cannot be still in this moment. And what is the definition of an asana? Say sukham, stiram, asanam. Sukham, stiram, asanam. You got to be happy in the pose. You got to be still in a pose. When you're happy and you're still in a pose, then only you can say, I'm practicing asana. Otherwise, you're doing an exercise. But when you get into a pose, can I be still in a pose, and I'm happy in the pose without shaking anything? I'm not in pain, things. Then and then truly you are in an asana practice. Okay, so I'm here, and my middle finger. So I'm in sama sthiti, right? I'm not doing just standing. I'm not just beginning of Surya Namaskar. I'm going to stand and do. No, I'm going to be in samasthiti. The first asana in a Surya Namaskar is samasthiti. This itself becomes an asana. And just to be still in this pose, hey Bhagwan, it is so difficult because your mind starts moving somewhere. It's just so difficult to be still. Right now also, you think I'm standing straight? No. All of a sudden my weight goes on the right, then I start to shift to the left. You may not be able to see it, but I cannot cheat myself. I cannot, I'm not standing still. Does everybody feel that way, or is it just me? Okay, all right. All right, take a deep breath. Anjali Mudra. Can everybody see me, the new people, right? I'm doing Anjali Mudra, right? I'm not Pranam. It's not Pranam. It's not Namaskar. I'm Anjali Mudra. There is slight cupping right here, like this. And my thumb is touching the Anhata, the heart chakra, right? So slightly, I'm here where I'm standing. This thumb is touching, but it is not Namaskar. It is Anjali Mudra here, because Anjali Mudra is this. Patanjali, Anjali. Anjali means somebody who came from Patan, from the heavens. It drops down into the palm of the sage, half snake, half man, Patanjali. Because his desire to learn yoga from Shiva, what brought Patanjali down. Ananta Shesha, the 10,000 hood, the 1,000 hood guy that's holding the earth up. Vishnu lies on it. Vishnu is lying on the snake, Ananta Shesha. And Ananta Shesha comes down to learn yoga under Shiva, Patanjali. Yes. So inhale, take a deep breath. I'm taking a little bit of water and exhale out. Inhale, right? And from here, a slight arch. Exhale all the way down, right? Right leg back, left leg back, plank. So say Santulasana. So Santul means balancing, right? I'm plank, but my knee is not down. I'm not curving. My knee is up, I'm holding, but my hip is not up either. And my knee is not down either. So I should feel it in the core, right? And from here, I'm dropping my knees. I'm pushing back my hip, and I'm slowly bringing my chest down. So my chin is touching, my chest is touching, two palms, two knees, 8-point pose, say Ashtanga. From here, I'm going to slide back, right? Both my big toes are touching, my leg is touching, my palms are on the floor. From here, inhale into Cobra. Paripurna, full expression. My hip is down, my hip is down. And from here, upward facing dog. Right? From here, now I open my legs, curl my toes, coming down, downward facing dog. Right? From here, left leg up, left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale, swan dive. Okay? And from here, coming back into Samasthiti Anjali Mudra. Right? Everybody got it? Yes? All right. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, right? And a slight arch. exhale, gracefully, gracefully, gracefully. Right? From here, left leg back. In the classicals, they will bend the knee and they will do this way. We are not doing that. We are my knee straight, my body's, it's a lunge. It's a high lunge. The leg is straight, right? And from here, right leg back, holding in plank, right? Very strong, but my core is active. I'm not really resting my body on my toes and palm, but I'm holding it from my core. And from here, dropping my knees. As I drop, now I push back my hip. My goal is to bring my chest down, right? So I'm bringing my chest down and my chin down, my hip is up. From here, I slide back a little bit. No touching, no changing. Once the palm is on the floor, it's like a sticky glue, it's stuck. Now, all the three asanas without adjusting the hand. Inhale, cobra. Paripurna, the full expression of that hood, right? But my hip is down. From here, upward facing dog. Again, I'm not up, I am down, but only two places the body's touching, the palm and the toes. That's it. Right? Say Udho, Mukh, Savanasana. So Udho means up. So upward facing dog, and then Adho. And Adho, Mukh, Savanasana. And from here, right leg up, right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale. And exhale, right? If you follow the inhale, exhale, I know you'll get tired. These guys have been studying with me for a long time. But the inhale, exhale, if you just follow that, you will not get tired and you will not get hurt. Right? Because again, we are what? Moving the energy. We're looking at the energy. So this movement, the prana moving, and if you're doing this, if I inhale and do this, everything gets stuck. But if I'm exhaling, I can touch my toes. But if I do it with inhale, now it will not let me go because now this is full. Make sense? Right? If I'm opening a joint, yes, then it is an inhale. When I'm doing a closing a joint, and if I inhale at that time, you're finished. Right? It is all about, yoga is all about breath. And that's the difference between yoga and exercise. If there is no awareness of breath, it is not yoga. Yoga without breath is not yoga. You're in a Gold's gym, working out, you're doing exercise. But the moment you bring the awareness of breath into place, it becomes yoga. Right? Mansa, vacha, karma, that which is in mind, that becomes the thought process, and that becomes karma. But that also involves what? The aspect of breath. Right? Because of that awareness. Right? And then how do you still? So say yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. So the vritti, the mind's movement, chitta vritti. Why? Because when you practice yoga, the vritti of the mind is still. Why? Because you're practicing yoga. So when you bring that breath together, then the mind can come together. The mind and the breath once comes together, then you can be still. Then the mind cannot run anywhere. There's no vritti. So this 1 hour when you do the breath, hopefully you're bringing. But if the breath is not there, the mind will go anywhere it wants to. You can practice any kind of meditation. It will not work till you get the breath and the mind together. And that is why we say you control the breath, your mind shall be controlled. And if you control the mind, the breath shall be controlled, whichever way you want to focus. But without these two guys, you're not. You may do puja, you may do all the things that you're doing, but that's not meditation. Your puja should become a meditation. But again, we unconsciously put the flower, put the boom, and that. You're doing puja, BS. You want that puja to be meditative. Then you can commune better with God. But it become a ritualistic aspect. So it's not mindful. Okay, this is what I do every day. I do it, but there's no awareness. If there's no awareness, it is puja. It is not even reverence, because you're just standing before something and doing something and going away. It's something you have to do. Okay, I'm doing it every day. I do this. I do puja every day. I do part every day. But is there a conscious? And I'm not judging. I'm not saying that. That's not my. All I'm saying is when you do these things, like traditionally, I'm the first one to blow the conch first thing in the morning. I'm the one who lights the diya first thing in the morning. So my kids and everybody know, okay, daddy's up. But is my awareness there? Or is it just I'm blowing conch and I got to go home and start work? But if I'm not aware of blowing the conch, if I'm not aware of lighting the diya, I'm not present in the puja room. I'm not. It's just a ritual. Whom I'm faking to. Right? So that is why the breath is very, very important. So when you're doing this, follow that inhale, exhale, try your best. Right? So come into Anjali Mudra, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Right leg back, left leg back. And this is with an exhale. So drop your knees, push back your hip, slowly bring your chest down. And I'm letting go of my leg. Now, all three asanas are with the inhale. Inhale, inhale. And upward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. And this is very important. Downward facing dog is with an exhale. Left leg up. Left leg forward. Right leg forward. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg back. Right leg back. Ashtanga. Drop your knees, push back your hips. Slowly bring your chest down. Your hips should be up. Inhale, cobra, paripurna. Upward facing dog. Slowly down, exhale. Right leg up, right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale, Swanda, and exhale. Okay, it's 10:20. I want you to do one more round and then we'll call it a day. How's that, right? Hope everybody has a little bit more time, right? Be good, right? Time-wise, we're okay. All right, so inhale, all right, and exhale, right? All the way back, exhale all the way down, right? Open your arms, open your arms, open your arms. From here, right leg back, left leg back, plank. Bring your hips down, bring your hips down. And from here, drop your knees, push back your hip. Slowly bring your chest down, right? And from here, inhale into cobra and full expression. Lock your elbows. And from here, upward facing dog. Inhale, open your feet and exhale into downward facing dog. And stay where you are, stay where you are. So bring your feet here. Bring your feet here. Yes, there you go. Open your feet a little bit. Yes, bring your feet here. Yes, stay there, stay there. There you go. Push back and push back. Yes, push back. There you go. And from here, left leg up, left leg forward, right leg forward. Inhale, swan dive, gracefully, gracefully. Last time, inhale, take a little bit of water. Om Surya Namaha. Inhale all the way up. Om Aditya Namaha. Exhale down. Om Marichye Namaha. Right. Left leg back. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. All right, all the way back, and from here, plank, and from here, putting your knees down, pushing back your hips, and coming into Ashtanga. Right, and from here, inhale slowly back into Cobra, full expression, upward facing, and from here, upward facing dog, right? Lifting your hip, your quads should not be touching. Inhale, open your feet, curl your toes, downward facing dog. Exhale. And which leg is up? Right leg? Right leg is up. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Inhale. Swan dive. Exhale. All right, have a seat. Somebody needs water, please take some water, right? Okay. So say yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Right? The 8 limbs of yoga. Right? So we did yama niyama. What is yama niyama? Yama is your the external practice, in the sense, how do you live in society? What are the rules that governs you in the society? What is the yama aspects of it? Non-stealing, asteya, things like that. So all that is your yama. How do you live in society, have some rules and regulations? So the yama. And then the niyama is your internal practice. Swadhyaya means self-study and things like that, that you do, you put, what restriction do you impose on your own self? Right? Niyama. Then Patanjali says, then you're ready to practice asana. Right? And that's where he was, at his time, people were much more evolved than what we are today. So he said, first practice yama niyama. You should know how to practice. You should know how to live in society. You should have a self-imposed discipline that you know how to govern your own self, and then how you interact in society. So yama, Confucianism, is the aspect of confusion. Yama is the Taoistic aspect, how it comes into play, but the ability to live in society and the rules is Confucianism, if you want to take a look at that. So how do you kind of manage that? And then he says, okay, now you can do some physical practice. Now you're pretty good. You have some good qualities. Okay, now you're ready to practice asana. And then he says, now is the bridge between internal and external is the aspect of pranayama. That's where the breath comes into play. How do I prana ayama? How do I extend my life force? Prana ayama. Not prana and yama. It's a different aspect, but prana and ayama. How do I extend my life force? Not control my life force, but how do I extend my life force? Prana ayama. And then comes pratyahara. How? Pratya means no. Ahara, what am I trying to do? I'm taking the food away from what? Senses. So, pratyahara. So once pranayam, I know how to practice pranayam. How do I bring the breath? Then my next step is, how do I take my sensory perceptions inward? And then I can sit in dharana, then I can dhyana, then I can meditate. I have a willpower to sit. I have dhyana, then I can focus. And then hopefully in the grand scheme of things, you can attain your realization, samadhi. right? So that's where Patanjali comes into play into this whole thing. Yama niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So you prepare your physical body, hatha yoga, you do pranayama. So say annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. So the 5 sheets to your body, the 5 sheets to what you look at the physical body, when you look at this physical body, it's just the grossest part. You were here way before that this manifested. You were here way before this darn thing came in. So annamaya kosha, the sheath of food, pranamaya kosha, the sheath of breath, manomaya kosha, the sheath of the mind, vijnanamaya kosha, the sheath of intellect. And then the aspect of bliss. Once you transcend these 5 sheets is when you attain realization, nirvana. You transcend this, but we are always stuck somewhere here. Your disease is not here. Your disease is not here. Your disease is here. Then it comes inside your physical body. If you remember our talk 3 weeks back, what is the reason for disease? Remember? Talk to me, this side of the room. Talk to me. That's one. What else? Yes, okay. Say prajna, aprad. Prajna, aprad. The misuse of intellect is the first cause of disease. And then comes senses. The misuse of sensory perception is the second cause of this. And the third is stanya samshara, means when the element leaves its one place of the body and goes to the other is when your disease is manifest. Vyakta, bheda, that I can see the disease, I can coin a term on the disease, or you have diabetes, or you have cancer, or you have hypertension. You can name the disease. That is vyakt, bhed. That means you're coming to a Western doctor and say, oh, now I have a disease. But there are 4 other stages before this when the disease is manifesting. But we only come to the point of realizing when something happens, then it is too late. It's all gone. But if I can catch it before it manifests, that's the true nature. Right? So that's why we are called Vaidyas, means we are not doctors, we're Vaidyas. We try to tell you the disease before it comes into play. Oh, watch this, watch this, watch this. Hey, this is happening and this is happening. And it's okay, watch this. Hey, way too much of sugar or way too much of this. Don't, right? So before that acidity comes into play, before we say it is GERD or before we say that it is diabetes, I can catch it before and say, hey, what? But then, oh, now the A1C is 6.5. Okay, you're full-blown diabetic now. But what if I can catch it at 5.7? That's what the deal is. Right? So is that aspect. So pranayama comes into play. All right, so the first thing, all we want to do, because we're some new students, we're just going to breathe a little bit, and then we'll get into the topic, all right? So bring your left thumb into the navel, right? Right? So when you inhale, your thumb should come out. Take a deep breath, inhale. And exhale, your thumb should come in. Inhale, you're leaving us. Exhale. Inhale. And 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 exhale. All right, relax. So the new people, we are still moving the chest a little bit. You're doing good. Back. Again, you want to make sure when I'm moving this doesn't happen. Right? When I'm moving, this doesn't move. My full focus is on the navel, but I'm not doing, right? Once you do this, then the breath is restricted. Right? So that's kind of what you have to think is, am I moving through the diaphragm or am I moving through my intercostals? How am I breathing? What am I doing? Right? So just to settle. So just, this is one thing. So, and I don't want to introduce any other breath today, because if this is not right, then nothing else is going to be right. So every other breath is right. It's all about here. So if you don't get this, then all the other pranayama is a waste. So right. So the pranayama part of it. So once again, just everybody sit, relax, right? And from here, just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Inhale, exhale. Wait. So when you're inhaling, your stomach should come out. So try inhale. Yes, yes. Exhale. There. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Do it reverse. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Inhale. No, your stomach should come out. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Nope. Nope, nope. Yeah. Do it. Inhale and exhale. And relax. So the key to all that is you have a clavicular breath, you have a thoracic breath, and you have a diaphragmatic breath. So if you truly look at a breath, right, the way it should happen, if I were to put my hand, like if I'm doing this, I'm putting my hand in here, right? So just watch as I inhale, my clavicle actually slightly raises, come down, my intercostals open, and my stomach opens up, right? So diaphragm has to now, when I exhale, I push the diaphragm up, right? My intercostal comes down and my clavicle. So that is the true aspect of a breath, so, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 1. That's kind of why. But what we are doing is we have changed the way we breathe. We are the only animal on the planet that don't know how to breathe. We mess up. We completely do reverse, and then we do this. All that comes into play, right? So learn the breath, right? Okay, all right. So now I don't know how many people do we have, but let's see if I can. So husband and wife only get one. All right, so let's see. One, let's see, one. All right, you guys have to share, right? Okay, you guys here. So you can come here a little bit so you can choose. You guys only get one, right? Okay, share. Oh, I hope we have, everybody has one. This is, yes. Who else did not get it? All right. So those who are close by, then you can come and share with somebody, right? If anybody by any chance got 2 copies, there are 2 pages in there. Okay, yes, all 3. Okay, thank you. That's good. Got 1. Okay. And Nishit, then you can join. And here. And you got it. And there. And you and everybody else. Wow. Okay. Yes. Who else? Okay, we got to see her one. And she gets 1. Okay, so you can join the husband. And who else did not get it? Okay, you 2 did not get it. So you joined somewhere here. You joined there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just a piece of paper. That's all. It's just a piece of paper. All right. So before we get into this Vastu aspect of it, right? And if you can share it, and guys, share it together, right? So what is the first page talk about? Sankhya